Hey guys, it's Hannah here with Crochet and Ballet. We are going to do another tutorial today. We are going to show you how to make this hat. So I've also made this matching poncho, if you can see it. Looks like this. So I made that, and I also made this really nice little hat to go with it. It is getting cooler all the time and going to be cold weather before we know it. So we're going to need some things to keep us warm. So this tutorial is going to be how to make this hat. So I hope you guys enjoy the tutorial. If you do, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel Crochet and Ballet if you like to learn how to crochet and do tutorials, and also have some ballet tips from my daughter here and there. So give us a like, subscribe to our channel, and learn how to crochet. Okay guys, so for this video you are going to need scissors. You're going to need a crochet hook. Mine is an 8mm or size L, and you're going to need a measuring tape and a yarn needle. I'm using super bulky thick yarn, so I've got my big needle here. And the yarn that I used for this hat is it's a Caron anniversary cake. So I was able to already make a hat. I've already made a poncho, and now we're gonna make another hat. And I don't know, I still may even have some left. It was a super big thing of yarn, and so you can see right here, it's a super bulky 6 yarn, and I'm using an 8mm hook. And the color that I used was a Spice Soiree, or Soiree, whatever you say. Anyway, so that's exactly what I'm using. So if you want to make this exact hat, then you can get that. Or you can substitute out whatever yarn you have and crochet hook that goes with that, the size. And I will show you how to measure your hat to make sure that you still get it in the right size. So let's get all of our things together and let's go ahead and get started. Okay, we are going to go ahead and get this started. The first thing we're going to do is make our slip knot. Make our slip knot, put the hook through, and we are going to chain 3. So yarn over, pull through 1, 2, and 3. Now we're going to work in a circle. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back into this first. There's 1, 2, and 3. So go back into this first chain, and we're going to slip stitch. So just pull it through and pull it through, and this creates a circle here that we're going to be working in, and that's right there. So what we're going to be doing is working into this circle here. We're going to put 12 half double crochets there. So first we're going to chain 1, then you're going to yarn over, go into that circle, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through all 3 loops, and that is your first half double crochet. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it kind of has filled up there. I'm just going to scoot those stitches over and make room for our last 3. 10, 11, and 12. So now we have 12 stitches in there. We're going to take our beginning yarn string there and pull it tight, and that closes up our circle, and this is going to be the top of our hat. So what we're going to do is we need to slip stitch into our first stitch. So we're going to count to make sure we get it in the right one. So we should have 12. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It's this one that's curved right down here. So we go in, pull it through there, and just go ahead and pull it through, and that's our slip stitch. So that one right there is going to be our slip stitch. On our next round, we will not crochet into that stitch because that is our slip stitch. So that is our first round. Pull that tight, and when we sew it in, that will also close it up some more. Okay, so what we're going to do for our second round is we're going to put 2 half double crochets into each stitch that we just did. So we're going to chain up 1, yarn over, go into that same stitch that we're on, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 3, and we're going to do another one in that same stitch. So yarn over, go in, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 3. So there's 2 in that stitch. We are going to put 2 half double crochets into each stitch all the way around our circle. We had 12, so when we get done with this row, we should have 24 half double crochets. I guess it's not a row. Our second round, we are working in a round. So just go ahead and do 2 half double crochets into each stitch all the way around. It'll look something like this. And go ahead and pause your video, and I'll come back when I've got mine finished and you've got yours finished, and we'll go on to the third round. Okay, here we are at the end of our second round. I have got 2 more stitches to go into, so I'm going to put 2 half double crochets into these last 2 stitches. And here's the last one. Remember not to go into your slip stitch here. This one it should be a little bit smaller, and that is your slip stitch, so we're not going to go into that one. Instead, we are going to this one that's curved down a little bit, because you have a slip stitch here and a chain 1, and this is your first stitch. So we're going to go right into this one and slip stitch again to close off that round. So now we're going to be starting on our third round, and on our third round what we're going to do is put 1 half double crochet. We're going to chain 1 and put 1 half double crochet into every single stitch around. So you're going to still have at the end of the third round 24 stitches. So we're just going to do 1 half double crochet into each stitch all the way around this circle till we get back. So I want you guys to go ahead, you can pause the video and get that done, and I will meet you back right here as soon as I am finished with mine. Okay, here we are closing off our third round. I've got 1 more stitch left, so we're going to do 1 more half double crochet there, and we're going to slip stitch into that first stitch again. Now, as you can see on mine, this round kind of makes it start curling in a little bit, and that's okay. That's exactly what you want it to do because you're making a hat. So you're going to want it to kind of contour down around your head. I have seen some where they increase every row and they end up with a flat top, and then they just kind of turn and go down. I don't like that style as well. I like to do a row in between my increasing rows so that it kind of turns the hat down and kind of it makes it fit people's heads better, I feel like. So that's why I'm doing it that way. So so we did 12 on our first round. Our second round we did 2, we increased, we did 2 in each stitch around, and then we just did 1 in each stitch around, so that was not an increasing row. So our next row will be an increasing row. For round 4 we'll be increasing. We're going to chain up 1, we're going to half double crochet into that same stitch, and then we're going to put 2 half double crochets in the next stitch so that we can this is an increasing round, and we'll need to get it a little bit bigger in order to fit an adult size head. Adult hat is what we're making today. So so we did 1 and then we did 2. Now we're going to do 1 half double crochet in the next one, and then 2 half double crochets in the next one. So this is going to be our pattern all the way around. We're going to do 1 half double crochet and then an increase, which is 2 half double crochets into the same stitch. So 1 half double crochet, an increase, which is 2 half double crochets in the same stitch. I'll do 1 or 2 more with you guys. We're going to do 1, and then an increase. So that puts 2 in there. 1, and then an increase. All right, you guys keep doing that all the way around, and when we get done with this round, we'll meet back. Okay, so here we are finishing up round 4. And as you can see, my yarn is starting to change colors. I did not change colors there. I have an ombre yarn, so yours might be doing that as well. So I've got 2 stitches left, so we're going to do 1. I just did an increase, so we're going to do 1 half double crochet and then 2 half double crochets in this last stitch here. And then what we're going to do is we are going to slip stitch to close off the round here. So we slip stitch there, and as you can see, that kind of has flattened back out our circle, because that's what, since we increased, it kind of flattened back out. And for our next row, we are going to do 1 single crochet into every single stitch around, because that is going to give us, like I said, the contouring down already and not just have a super flat circle. We want it to kind of curve down a little bit since it's going to be on people's heads. So we are going to just do 1 in that same one that we did, chain 1, and then go into that same one, and then we're just going to do 1 half double crochet into each stitch around. So if you guys want to go ahead and do that, you can pause the video, and we're going to do 1 half double crochet in each stitch around, and I will meet you back at the end of round 5. Okay, here we are at the end of round 5. You can kind of see it's pulling it up again a little bit because we're doing just 1. We did not increase that row. So I've got 2 stitches left. We're going to do 1 half double crochet and 1 more. And then we are going to slip stitch to that beginning stitch there. And so as you can see, it kind of has curled up the edges, but again, that's what we want to do because we want it to kind of contour down for a head. We do not have completely flat heads on top. So this way, it just kind of goes ahead and starts that curving down. So for our next row, we are on row 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we just finished row 5, so we're on row 6, and we're going to increase 1 more time. So what our pattern is going to be for this one is going to be chain 1, and we're going to go into that same stitch and do a half double crochet. And then we're going to go into the next stitch and do a half double crochet, and we're going to do 2 more single half double crochets into that. So we've done 4 half double crochets into the first 4 stitches, and then we are going to do an increase in the 5th. So in that 5th stitch, you're going to do an increase. So that is going to be our pattern. We're going to do 4 single crochet, or 4 single half double crochets into the first 4 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then an increase in the 5th. So for the next 4 stitches, we're going to do 1 half double crochet. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're going to do an increase. So 2 half double crochets in that 5th stitch, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and then an increase, which is 2. So do that all the way around. 4 single half double crochets, and then an increase in the 5th. So you'll go half double crochet, half double crochet, half double crochet, half double crochet, and then increase 2 half double crochets. Do that all the way around, and I will meet you back when we're done with this. Okay, so I'm on my last repeat here. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're going to increase in this last one. If you, for whatever reason, don't have if you had your last increase and it wasn't the last stitch, that's okay. Just go ahead and do a single until you get to the end. As long as you've gotten a few increases into this row, it will be perfectly fine. and then we are going to slip stitch into the beginning. So then what we're going to do is you kind of flatten it out here a little bit, and what we're going to do is measure. This is where you want to make sure that this for the sizing, and mine is right at about 7 inches. Okay, this is of good size for an adult. So if you are not using super bulky yarn like I am, it might take you a few more rows to get to 7 inches. But right here is where you're going to want your hat to be 7 inches across. So if you are using a different kind of yarn and your hat is not 7 inches across at the end of this row, what I want you to do is go ahead and do another row. And what I want you to do is, since this was an increasing row, I want your next row to be just singles. Okay, go single half double crochet, like 1 half double crochet into each stitch around. Okay, and then your next row, if that's still not 7 inches, you're going to need to do an increasing row, and that next increasing row you will want to do 5 half double crochets and then an increase, 5 half double crochets and then an increase, and then the row after that you will do 1 half double crochet in each stitch around, and then if you're still not at 7 inches, keep going up like that. Do 6 half double crochets and an increase, 6 and an increase. So that's how you do until you get to where this till it's 7 inches. Okay, and then once you get to 7 inches, come back to the video and then we'll move on from here. So what we're going to do, if you're at 7 inches like I am, we're going to go ahead and chain 1, and we are going to do a half double crochet into each stitch all the way around, and that is basically what we are going to do till the end, till your hat is big and long enough that it comes down, you know, to where it'll cover your ears and be how you want it to be. So we're going to do 1 half double crochet into each stitch around, and so go ahead and do that, and when you're done, come back and we'll meet up for the next row. Okay, here we are finishing up this round. We've got 3 stitches left here, so we're going to get those in as you can tell on yours and mine, I'm sure. This is definitely now starting to curl up. So what I like to do, we'll go ahead and slip stitch to close off this round. I like to flip it inside out like this because I find it easier to crochet when it's flipped this way instead of curling in the other way. So I go ahead and flip it around once it starts to doing that, and we're just going to continue on doing rounds like this. As you can see, it's kind of starting to look like it's going to be a hat. So we're going to continue doing rounds like this. So right now we're on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We just finished our 7th round. So I'm going to tell you, just keep doing this half double crochet in each stitch around. At the end of each round, slip stitch to the first, chain 1, and keep going. A half double crochet, 1 single half double crochet into each stitch all the way around. Slip stitch to the first stitch, chain 1, do it again, and I'm going to let you know how many I do, and we'll measure at the end, and that is all you're going to need to do, and then we'll finish up our hat. So let's see how many rows we're going to need to do to get this done. So just keep on going. Chain up 1 and half double crochet in each stitch all the way around, and I'm going to tell you how many rows I did in just a second. Okay guys, here we are. This is the first hat that I finished. I'm doing this other one exactly the same way, and I counted my rows, and I did 17 rows total. So the way you can count your rows is if you look up at the top, you can see where you did your circle. That is the first row, okay? And then you just kind of go down. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So I did 17 rows total for this hat. If you get just starting when you get to like 15 rows. If the hat is for you, go ahead and try it on your head and see if that's enough. And if it's not, you can add more rows. If 17 rows is not enough for your head, or if you're making an extra large, you can continue to make more rows. Now, if your yarn, again, is not quite as thick as this, you'll have to end up doing more rows. So you just want to measure it on your head and see if it's fitting. And then if you just want to, if you're making it for somebody else and you want to see how long this is from, I'll put it, let's see, we'll put it at the middle up there. It's about, actually, let me do it this way. If you put that at the middle of the top and come down, it's about, mine is right at 9 inches tall from the top of the hat to the bottom. Okay, so once you get to about 9 inches, that's how big this one is. It would be like an adult large, adult medium large, and this can be for a man or a woman. And so if like I said, you can make it longer or shorter if you need to, but that is how you make this great hat for wintertime. So I hope you enjoyed my tutorial. Please give it a like if you did, and if you want to see more, please do subscribe to our channel. And oh, to finish off, all you'll need to do is hold on just a second, let me get my other one, and I'm going to show you how to finish off. Okay guys, sorry about that. Real quick, to finish off, you're done, you're ready, your hat's big enough. What you do is you're going to cut your yarn, you're going to pull it through one last time and make it tight. Okay, you're going to get your yarn needle and put it through there, and you are just going to sew it in to the hat, just like that. And I like to go in a couple of different directions just to make sure that everything is good and tight and is going to stay. And so that is all you do. And when you feel like it is good and snug in there and it's tight, it's not coming out, you just cut off the excess, and looks like that. You can't even tell where it was. So that is what it looks like at the end, and your hat's done. Great job. Okay guys, so that's how you finish off your work, and your hat is going to look great on. And I would love to see some pictures of whatever you make. So if you make something using my tutorial, please do let me know, and let me know any comments you have, and hopefully we will be doing another tutorial soon. Thank you so much for watching Crochet and Ballet, and we'll see you soon.